population is full of fit individual, and that is how a solution is found for a problem. Okay. So now I'm going to talk you through very fast about some music terminologies, because without these basic knowledge, you cannot understand how the music, composing music works. So, okay, so first of all, the basic units of music is a note, a musical note, and each note has a pitch, how high and how low it is, and therefore we have to give names to the notes. And for the English musical notes, it is based on the English alphabet, A, B, C, D, F, G. And also, this set can be extended by using modifier symbol. For example, the sharp note, the sharp symbol and the flat symbol. The sharp is to increase one semitone, and the flat is to decrease one semitone. And so the set will be extended to this. But the set of the amount of notes is not limited to only this, but they are also, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, and that is a term called octaves, because A1, B1, B2, B1, C1 will belong to the octave number 1, and A2, B2, C2 will belong to octave number 2. And by theory, in theory, I think there are more than 10 octaves, so the numbers of the notes will be very large. And when these notes are arranged together, it will create melody, the most important factor in music, in any song. And when they are arranged in a specific order, it will create a scale. And some melody that is based on major scale will sound happy, but based on minor scale, it will sound more sad. Other terms such as tempo refers to how fast or how slow it is, the length, how long it is, the timbre, the color of the sound, for example, guitar, piano, and vocal. Texture is the detail of that sound. Okay, so that brings me to the main part of my presentation, to introduce you about my program, which is GA Music Tool. Okay, for the scope of the music, the notes will be based on two scales, which are C major from octaves 5 to 7, and A minor from octaves 3 and 5. So there are two options for scale here. So the user can choose to create a sad song or happy song based on these scales. And for the tempo and song length, the user can define it before running the program. So it will create more flexibility and customization for the user. For the texture, is monophonic, which means there are only one melody in one song. Why I wanted to do this? Why I wanted to make it monophonic? Because I want to stress on the simplicity in the song. Because when the musicians got the one melody, that melody, he or she can develop it and make it its own work, not just the original one. And for the timbre is piano, because piano is easy to listen to and it's very common. For the structure of the program, firstly, the user will input parameters or use default parameters of the program, and the program will generate random melodies and plays them. The user then rates them, and the program will evolve those melodies based on the rating. Keep the good and discard the weak. And the process will repeat until the user tells the program to stop. And during any of this, the user can export the MIDI files out to their storage, so they can listen to it again later or use as their own purpose. To implement GA to my program, first for the initialization step, it means that to create the random population, the notes will be encoded by an integer value, which means that in two cases, the notes in A minor scale and C major scale will be represented differently here. And for the silent note, which each note will have a chance of being silent, is represented by 0. And therefore, each song, each individual in the population will be represented by an integer array. When after that, when the songs are created, I'm sorry, when the notes are encoded, the songs will be created by generating notes, and the notes will be generated by integer within the range of 1 to 15, because that is the set of our notes here, not including 0. And the method of generating music will make sure that the successive note of the previous note will fluctuate within an amount of, a limited amount, so that if we have the first note is very low, the next note will not be very high, because that will create bizarre melodies and it will not be natural. So it will make sure that we create boundaries of that. After the notes and the songs are created, the notes will be converted to MIDI integer, because in MIDI protocol it will only understand integer, not notes. So here is the table for it. And after the notes are converted, it will be played back to the user to hear, to listen to, and the user will then rate the sequences, all of them, and rate it by raw finish from 1 to 10, which is 1 is the worst and 10 is the best. And when all of the sequences are rated, a selection method is tournament selection of size 6, which means that during this process, several tournaments will be created, and it will select 6 random individuals from the population, and these 6 individuals will have to compete with each other to find out the winner and the fittest. And these winner will be brought to the crossover procedure, and the tournament selection will continue until all of the individuals in that population has participated. So when parents of the tournament selection is brought into the crossover procedure, the technique we use here is 2-point crossover, which means that here, you can see here, the 2 points are selected, and with these, it creates a segment, and these chromosomes will exchange genes with each other, so it will create new offspring. And then these offspring are brought to the mutation phase, which a mutation here it means that if we have an individual, and then when brought to the mutation phase, genes of that individual will be changed, and it will have a chance of that note being changed of 0.15. This chance is relatively big for GA application in general, but in my program I have tested and experimented, and so I found that this number is great enough, big enough, and it is suitable for the purpose of my program. For the replacement, when the best individual from the original generation will be kept, because we want to keep the best one, and the rest of the procedure will be replaced by the new population, and all of these process will be continued until the user decides it's time he has found the best melodies or sequences that is good for him. So he will tell it to stop. So I will move on to the last one, that is the user interface. Now here is my program is rather simple. It's written in Java. In this side this is the list of songs that will be displayed here, and when the user clicks on one song, and they can right click on it to play the song. They don't have to click on play anymore. and the song will be played and the cursor will focus here so that the user can play back and rate the sequences very fast. It will be less time consuming. So now I want to show you of how much. This is the first. Here I changed some parameters and then the song is displayed here. After playback, it can be rated very fast here. The score is displayed here. This process will continue for quite a long while. After rating all of this, we can press evolve and then the next generation will be displayed here. But the best one from the previous one will be kept here and the score is still 6. And also this process will continue until the user has found the best solution. When the user decided to stop, he can export it using Save As and press Finish. So that is how my program works, and that's also the end of my lecture. Presentation.
Yeah, I really want to hear the final